This is going to take a while, but you might as
Well, she said she did. She hated it. I know. We made her.
You ready? What we're going to do is, have you ever heard this? The old saying is, you got skeletons in your closet. And what that means is, you know, you've always got something in your past that you wouldn't really care to be told to anybody, or, you know, it's nothing really bad, but you just don't want it to be told. Well, unfortunately tonight, Mom and Dad is going to get a lot told on them. Oh, plus I think there's a few of us around here that might have a little told on us too. But anyway, tonight we're going to be shaking some bones in the closets. But to start off with, back in 1870, this person's name was Jesse A. Thompson. And he was born January 13, 1888. And then he married Ellen E. Thompson. Well, Ellen. And now I hear about it after this, believe me. But just bear with me. So, you just don't want me to tell what I'm going to tell. These two families, they lived in Oklahoma. And they lived around a place that's called Gypsy Corner. Big hill. Well, Gypsy Corner. Well, it was a little bitty grocery store that's not there anymore. Don't worry about it. He said I'm not perfect. There's only one person that I know. So then, after they had moved to Arizona, well, Dad, he always wrote these brothers, which was Mom's brothers, and was always writing letters back and forth. Well, some way or another, I don't know how this happened. Some way or another, Mom started writing Dad, and then Dad started writing Mom.
Then you're in trouble.
Yeah. So then, finally, there was a letter that came in the mail that was a proposal for a marriage. And so Dad had proposed Mom through a letter.
And the newsletters. Newsflash.
Did they know each other than writing to each other?
Yes, they did. They were raised to each other.
I'm glad you made that.
So after, now, I'm speculating on this, and I've heard this, but I'm not sure that this is true, but I heard that after the letter came back from Oklahoma to Arizona, that in the letter said, yes, I will marry you, that Dad had got so excited that he just thought everybody in the car, and they started back to Oklahoma.
But he forgot.
Now I heard this to be the truth. I heard that he got in such a big hurry they had stopped on one side of this bridge, and they had just getting out, walking around, stretching, and he was in such a big hurry that everybody got back in except for his dad. And they went across the bridge. And on the way across the bridge, where's Dad? So they had to go all the way across the bridge, turn around and come back and take his dad.
Now, these bridges weren't little short bridges back there, no more.
No.
They were big bridges.
And they were narrow. And you couldn't turn around on them. I didn't want to ask. Just to show you what kind of sporty dad that I had back before he got married. This is the kind of car he drove.
See,
All
Michael,
right, huh?
they did have
That's
cars.
pretty
Where's
sporty.
he at?
That's pretty sporty. And I have proof of this. I have a picture of Dad. I have a picture of Dad standing with his big bell-bottom pants on, which came out. He had his boots all propped up on the side, on the running board right here. And he had his great big old black cowboy hat on. Belt. Cowboy hat. I got the picture to prove it. Yeah.
It's black and white picture, Dad.
Okay. You don't want Boston. This wasn't a stucco wall. In fact, these were just planks nailed up like this. And the wind would blow so hard, or the wind wouldn't blow, but there was so big of a crack in these planks, that when the wind would blow, it'd blow the wallpaper off on the inside. Which, by the way, wasn't wallpaper at all. Mom told me that they were newspapers. They didn't have sheetrock. And in the wintertime, it would get so cold that it would freeze a bucket of water inside the house. And Yoma has just informed me that they didn't used to sleep on feather beds. They slept under the feather beds. Then they could stay warm. Anyway, it was. Okay, then on November the 7th, 1941.
You wasn't going to tell him here.
I'm sorry, Neil.
Yeah, I know it.
How old does that make you now?
39 plus.
Okay. Blessed.
He's had it. Well, I got to thinking last night, I told Jackie, and got thinking about some of the things. I'm going to tell some of the, well, a little bit of all the family things that he told to Jackie. But anyway, after, this isn't just right after I was born, but on down the line, I got before I can remember. Oh, I forgot that one. I got that one.
Is this after you had the sense?
Yeah. Anyway, I remember when Mom and Dad used to hoe, their crop. They used to plant their cotton.
Oh my gosh, the watermelon one. Oh no.
Anyway, well, I used to step into the field, and babysit. And so I got tired babysitting.
I used to
And Mom and Dad
babysit
used to
her.
kind of tease me a little bit, so they gave us hoes, And we hoe with, well, that was the biggest mistake they ever made when they gave Jackie a hoe. But anyway, to make the crop up with the cotton, they planted watermelons in there too. And probably if you go back a ways, Brother Bud, you remember planting watermelons in there. And then, I don't know why they planted it, they just busted them, threw them over to the hopper in the row. And thought Jackie was awful good. And looked back there and he said, Mom, you just left all kinds of weeds. And he had hoed every watermelon they had down the road. Chopped them out, moved them down. So see, he's not all that perfect, he is not like he is. But I got to thinking about some of the times that, Mom and Dad are having, and I can remember some pretty rough times. They were, Mom and Dad never left us. They might have enjoyed their drinking and they're going to bar dances and stuff like that, but Mom and Dad never left us. They never left us to babysit. We always went with them. We might end up in a bar dance someplace with 1,500 kids in a room to go to bed with. We have to pull over like this to get in. But they never left us, and a lot of times I'd have to, Dad would be a little bit inebriated, heck, and I'd have to tell him, you know, Dad, you're going too far to the right, pull back over a little bit, he's driving the car, pull back over a little bit. Dad, you're going too far to the left, or look at the wagon, Dad.
Saved by the bus driver.
Saved by the bus driver that day. Oh my. Like when we go to the bar dances. And anyway, Mom and Dad Shercroft, and they call it the Bride's place.
They wouldn't born dances, they just look like barns.
But anyway, the big thing was for us to go on Saturdays. I even would do Mama's separator. How many knows what a separator is? Cream separator. You know how many pieces of cream got in it? A bunch. I'd even wash Mom's cream separator just to get to go with them to take the cream into town that day. And you know what? Kids go to town today and they buy ice cream and candy and go to McDonald's and enjoy the things that we never got to do. And to us, going to town and buying ice cream or getting a little bag of candy was special. Because that was something that we never hardly ever got to do. And today, you know, the times have changed so much, but we appreciated that. You know, we appreciated the times that we got to go and spend that nickel. And for a nickel then, we got, I mean, a bag of candy. You don't get anything for a nickel now. But I mean, we'd get 3 or 4 pieces of candy for a penny. You know, that was a big deal then, going to pick it out. And take the cream in. Every now and then, we got to go to a movie. How would it cost? Nickel to get in? Dime. Every now and then, when everything was good, going great, we didn't get no popcorn. Did you get popcorn, Mom? We just went to the movie for 10 cents. We couldn't afford the popcorn, but we were thankful we got to go to the movies. And then Dad, one day he came in. You know, Mom and Dad never discussed finances around us. We didn't know from one time to the next what was ever going on in our household. They never discussed finances. And all of a sudden, Dad comes in and he says, well, guess what? We're going to California. I mean to tell you, he had sold everything out, lock, stock, and barrel, and we were California bound. See, Grandpa?
That was everything we owed.
Grandpa didn't have that on top, Jack. Grandpa. This was I mean, in a car, we went to California. And I'm telling you, I was tickled out. I hated Oklahoma. I hated going to school in the wintertime. I put 2 pair of Levi's on and a shirt and socks and everything else. And by the time I got to school, my feet was froze. I mean, in a bus with a heater on. My feet were so froze that whenever I could get out, they'd hurt whenever they began to thaw out. So I hated Oklahoma. I never had wanted to go back to Oklahoma. I was glad. I mean, I was hit parade because we was going to California. We got out here. Have I passed you up any?
No, go right
Well, he
ahead.
never
I'm
was born.
enjoying
Was
it.
he born back? Oh, we didn't born you. We didn't insert you in here. Oh, we got to tell his age.
I'm so proud. 29.
This is just for looks. He was Jackie, a bouncing baby boy, born December 4th, 1944. Now folks, he's 3 years younger than I am, so you know how old he is. Jackie Farrell Wright. We forgot to insert him there. See, I got scared away with the stuff. I told him I'd mess up. You all done, you see? I got Marlene on here too. Did I do her? Anyway, so we got out here. We landed in Madeira. And my Uncle Charlie had a house there, and we thought it was the greatest thing. Oh, by the way, we didn't have any inside bathrooms, kids. You know, no showers. You took a number 2 tub, or was it a number 1 tub, Mom? Number 3. Saturday. Number 3 tub. Yeah, it was a number 3 tub. Number 3 wash tub. Well, I thought, boy, when we go to California, I heard so much about California. You know, just teachers telling this or that or whatever. I thought maybe we just have an inside bathroom. You know, for once we would have. I didn't know what they looked like, but I thought, boy, it'd be nice, you know, have an inside bathroom. Well, we did have one in the wintertime, didn't we? But anyway, I thought sure we didn't have one. Well, we got to Madeira and we moved in with my uncle, and we had, did we have one room or two rooms? And there were only 10 people. Anyway, we had one or two rooms, and no inside bathroom. This is point in time here, it's outside, but we had a shower, didn't we? Seemed like there was a shower in that baby. That was great. Boy, I didn't have to sit in that number 3 and take a bath.
Back this old rusty nail sticking out there. So she stuck that in her foot.
Put kerosene on it, so
Put kerosene on it. That's what Teddy goes to set off. Then we get moved out here in Middlefield. Forever stepping on pop bottles. Forever stepping on pop bottles. Of course, if she would have wore shoes, you know, it would have made a difference. But she would have went around barefooted all the time. Well, that's it.
Oh, I suppose home. We wear shoes back there.
I think I'm pretty even on her, so I'm gonna get back to that. You know what? In Middlefield, in Middlefield, what? To go trick or treating, I mean, it was a pleasure. I mean, there were so many people that lived in that place that by the time you got back, and this is a stretch of the truth, a regular grocery sack like that, you could have that thing full. And so Mom and Dad, of course, we lived upstairs, and the stairway was made inside the house, the apartment complex. And so we had our candy, you know, when the kids come up, we would give it out. Well, Joe and I had already went out, and we got our candy, and came back. Dad, he got the funny idea, well, I'm gonna scare me some kids. So he had his hair combed just like you've got it right now, but it was a lot longer. And so he mushes his hair all up like this, and this is sticking out all over the place like this. He opens the door, these kids knock on the door, trick or treat, trick or treat. He opens the door, ah, like that. Those poor kids fell down that stairs. You could hear them.
They were out of candy, weren't we?
Yeah. We opened the door. We opened the door, we looked down, and here's candy strung all up down the stairs where these poor kids had lost it. Wasn't you with it, Barbara? It wasn't you with it. So anyway, that's what I was at. And then, I think it was. That's the way I remember it. Watch it, I'll tell them about you giving me beer to drink.
I think you ought to tell out there, I think, when you call him Hank with Clark was, all right then.
I'm sorry, I should have made that here. All in all, we had a good time. It was fun.
Not early, not early. Yeah. I'm still saying how. Biggest mess that was ever put in our family.
What?
Her name was born in July 19.
She must have looked 4 years of get blessed and then another beautiful Merlin Bay Rock.
Hey, I don't think they would let it.
Oh, well. I only want to tell a couple things about Merlin Bay. And I think one thing about Laurel is about the mailboxes. Laurel was one to blackmail. He used to blackmail. Baby. And he went down, all the mailboxes were set up, and he had and brought it back to Mom. And Mom had to go deliver it. She was the maid. Oh, did she make him go deliver it? I mean, he gathered, everybody, all those, out on the highway, then they didn't just have one mailbox, they had about 10 of them down the road where everybody lived back in the sticks, back in the country. And then I think one little incident that was kind of very normal. You know, they'd always heard about yard sales, garage sales. Well, they'd ask Mom if they could have a garage sale. And we had a little hut of a garage sitting across the road from where we lived over there at the cattle company. And so Mom said, yeah. They were playing. Well, they went out there and said there was a yard sale, a garage sale. Nobody would stop. So they say, okay, we got to get these customers to stop. So you know a big old roofing tax? You get about that long? Well, they got customers to stop. Believe me, they got out there in that highway and they planted those taxes all over that road. Yeah, the customer came by, Mom and Dad almost had time. They stopped. And needless to say, that ended the garage. That was the end of the garage sale. I told Jackie, I had one tell on Norm, but he isn't here, so I'm not going to tell him. But anyway, Jackie and Joyce got saved first. Well, we knew something had happened. Charles and I knew something happened to them. They went off to deep end. And we didn't have too much to do with them anymore after that. We every now and then drop by, they'd nag us, and we'd drop by and see them, you know. And we figured out why he was going to go to that church house over there, that Assembly of God there in Shafter, and tighten screws up and clean that church house. We couldn't figure that out. Why would he want to do something like that? But we see the difference in their life. Jack and Joyce and both, they had a big change in their life. We see the difference in their life. Then they got saved. Mom and Dad go to church. Well, Mom got saved. And Dad had... Yeah, Vernon was the next one. And then Mom got saved. And Dad, he just kind of said, well, we'll wait a little while. But Dad got saved. Then they left me in charge. Boy, the war was on. We lived at Wasco, and guess we cut their hair. Every Saturday, Mom and Dad come, and I told Charles that I am being shaved. And Mom and Dad comes up here this Saturday preaching at me. That is the end. I'm not cutting his hair no more. So every time he got the cherry, wait till I got him tied halfway through his hair, then he started preaching about how we need God, how we need to go to church. And I wasn't going to go to church. I told Charles, if you want to go, go. I'm not going. And I think Charles and I had a big hairy argument tonight one time because he went to church and I didn't want to go. Anyway, we're about a year. Yeah, about a year because we moved over all the time. We bought the house when they were 126. And then I think Betty and Ronnie must have been out there. I think Betty was going to church. And stopped. But with Mom and Dad, Mom stopped smoking and stopped using her language. And Dad straightened up. Dad never was going to talk very bad. Mom gets some pretty long words sometimes. But, you know, and then they started having prayer meetings in their house. Me and Charles absolutely, because we didn't know anything about Pentecost, we thought they lost their minds. We thought they went off the deep end. But then after that, well, Charles and I went to church just to make everybody happy, and we went to Sunshine because it was dead. But no spirit. We didn't come to Seven Standards because spirit was there. We went to Sunshine because it was dead. We thought it was. Well, half of the time that we went, they had the best food, the Holy Ghost that anybody ever put on earth. And there Charles and I sat, saying everybody lost their mind. We got ready to go out back here, and Jackie come over and we went down and gave our hearts to Christ. But I'll tell you what, I was proud of my mom and dad.
Hi, Mike.
And a lot of things happened, good and bad. We share some of the bad times that wouldn't be so good. And some of the good times maybe wouldn't usually think was so good. But this was the end. Well, Dad said that he would never get on the floor and roll. That was Ellis. He was going to be dignified. But I don't think there was a dignified roll in his body that night.
Brother Wright, I've got a question. How'd you make it 50 years?
When he's found out he's lost, now we're lost. Okay. Remember, you got to take the question.
Last year, when I was 7 years old, or a year before that, first last year.
Tito.
Solomon Hawkins was talking. She said, well, well, you the head of the house. I said, you know what, I've lived 70 years. Fine, that.
Step aside. Yeah, you do too, Leslie. We're older than you are.
Quit arguing and do it.
We had to make it surprise because Dad didn't want to do this.
Hey, you can clap along with Daddy now.
We ought to have the loss of remarriage.
Let's go over here. On the count of three, you guys speed. One, stop.
I'll never remember you. That means all of it isn't.
Round one.
I'm on your neck. Can't go. Wait, do it again. Wait, do it again. Gary didn't get a picture.
Don't pour that on.
It's like,
Look at that.
Dad needs to step over this way a little bit.
You don't think it was fun being raised by this?
Water fight, like that. She could make it. She called her and wished her happy anniversary. Mom, well, how'd you know it was my anniversary? That's how she
Mr. Wright, did you suspect anything?
I'm sorry. Where did you find the pretty wife? From Colorado, huh? And you was going to be leaving and you just couldn't stand leaving without her? You folks live in that area?
Gary, I'm putting your camera in my
Oh,
gallery.
darn.
No, you go ahead.
Go ahead. I've fished quite a bit just.
We're on out by Bakersfield Speedway.